So tell me where you went to college.
I went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. It's in Central California, and I got a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering.
Really? Why'd you choose mechanical engineering?
Because both my parents were mechanical engineers, and since I did not know what I wanted to do, I just did what they wanted me to do. And so it was mechanical engineering. Well, I definitely think the understanding about other cultures, not like me, is a big learning point that I learned through InterVarsity, through just like my friendships, and through like the short-term trip I went on to Bosnia. So I did make many mistakes through these relationships, but that's how I like learned and like realized my like ignorance or my naivety. And so I think InterVarsity was really great because I never felt like attacked or anything for not understanding these things. But then I was also like, there were people willing to teach me, and I was also willing to learn. And I think that's a big part that like helped me for being overseas and being in a different culture that's not my own. You know, God has a desire for all nations. I didn't really know what I was going to do, so I mean that became a priority in my last quarter of college. InterVarsity always promoted Urbana, and it sounded interesting. I love going to conferences. I went to like the fall and the winter conferences, so I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to go to Urbana. It's a conference. Why not? I had joined the poverty track at Urbana because of spring break camp before, where we studied Amos, and our leader was talking about like the poverty track at Urbana and like pushing it, and I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. And I still think about like the talks and the skits and the videos that they showed that made an impact, and it was just so much fun to see like so many people, this huge stadium like worshiping Jesus. And I think one of the most impactful songs was where it's called like I Have Decided to Follow Jesus, but like they sang it in this kind of like really serious minor tone. I'm not turning back, I'm following Jesus no matter what it costs. And that song really like affected me.
No turning back. Would you sing with me?
I felt, I don't know, maybe the word also like the gravity of the situation during that song. And it was kind of a check of like, no, am I deciding to go overseas? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going overseas. I have decided. In that, I found GoCore as I was wandering around all the booths. After I came back from Urbana and I had signed up for everything, and we're like, we'll see, where we go now? At Urbana, they had a list of all the different options available, and there was no engineering one. I was like, oh, well, okay, but you know, this one's still cool, so I'll still sign up. And I remember she asked me, like, there was like, you had to put in an order. It was like 1, 2, and 3, and number 3 was like the School of Supernatural Ministry. And I was like, oh, why is that one third? And I was like, I don't know, I just put in an order. But the reason why I was interested in that one through InterVarsity, I just learned about healing and prayer. And then as I was talking with Katie about the different options, she was like, oh, and then that one, did you know they're also wanting engineers too? And I was like, what? Really? Okay, that's cool. And so I didn't even know about that until I started going down that path. I was stepping out in faith, and yet God already had a plan for me. Well, something I realized kind of at the end, a verse that God gave me was Psalm 37:4, which is, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And I recognized that like throughout my years, that's what I was doing, because in last year of high school is when I kind of realized that I loved my parents more than I loved God. And I would say that college was the time where that switched, and I really worked on like loving God more than my parents, and like seeking after God first, no matter what my parents wanted or what my degree says that I should go do.